In addition to the pre-formatted on-screen reports found in the Bid Reports window, QuickBid can also export a variety of bid information to a file from the Bid Exports window. Exports are beneficial if you need a basic information dump for your records or just prefer to format the data yourself. Most exports are in CSV format, which can be readily opened and edited in many spreadsheet programs. However, some of the accounting exports come in vendor-specific formats. To generate an export for a project in QuickBid, start by selecting your bid. Then, click the Exports button from the toolbar at the top of the screen. The Bid Exports window appears. There are 4 different export sections. Bid Exports, which offer simplified, data-only versions of similar reports found in the Bid Reports window. Labor Exports, which contain payroll class, labor hour, labor burden, and labor cost code information. Material Exports, for purchasing material, including an XML file that a vendor may be able to import into their CRM tool. And, if you're under a current maintenance subscription, there are several accounting exports for your job and material budgets. Select the exports you wish to generate by checking the boxes next to each one. You can easily select or deselect them all using the Select All or Select None buttons at the bottom of the list. You can export a single export, all exports, or any combination thereof. Next to each export is an Options button, which opens the Modify Options window. You can move between exports using the Previous and Next buttons to quickly set the options you need without leaving the window. The main option for each export is the file export location. By default, exports save in C/OCS documents/QuickBid. However, you can change this to any place you want. Some exports also contain grouping options. For most, the options are grouped by sections and grouped by areas. Selecting these boxes ensures the section number and name and areas column generate with the export. If you deselect an option, the corresponding data doesn't generate with the rest of the export. The payroll export by cost code includes the option to group by payroll class and show burden detail instead. Selecting Group by Payroll class adds the Pay class column. Selecting Show Burden Detail adds columns for each labor burden type rather than a single burdens column. The job budget and material files are accounting exports, designed to export as vendor-specific files. They therefore contain the option to change the file type using the Export Format field. Depending on the export format you need, you can use the Group by Areas, Distribute Burden, or Distribute Tax checkboxes. For more details, please review the QuickBid Knowledge Base article on the vendor-specific export formats. You can quickly access these articles by pressing F1 on your keyboard while the Bid Exports window is open. F1 opens the Knowledge Base article on the Bid Exports window with the vendor-specific accounting export articles available on the left side of the screen. Once you've set your options, you can choose which division and sections or areas or typical areas to allow from the right side of the window. Like in the Export section, there are Select All and Select None buttons under each section. The global options at the bottom of the screen apply to every export. If your selected project contains an accepted alternate or change order, you can choose to include that information on your export. However, if you only want to export data from a specific alternate or change order, be sure to select that record instead of the base bid and then run the report as normal. If the bid number is important to include in your export, select Include Bid Number. Finally, if you use account codes and would rather see those instead of the QuickBid cost codes, select Use Account Codes. Once you've set your filters and selected which exports you'd like to use, click Export. The Bid Exports window closes and the export files save immediately in the location you designated in the Modify Options window. Just browse to that file location to find and view your exports.